emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Soldier Field. Now the return man, this is Benny Cunningham. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go, run the ball after this. Ran, touch.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Got some room at the 30, and all the way up to the 33-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that one. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now they'll run it with Cohen. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Trubisky keeps it himself. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a second down.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On first down, they run with Howard. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the...
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa! Let's get it. Lock in, lock in.
This time, Trubisky will throw. Flushed out right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. They've already gone for it and made it once on this opening drive. They're going to try it again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. That's Burton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
It's not a bad idea. Set up in the gun. Send a bunch of guys out wide and let the defense think you're going to try and put one in the end zone. But here,
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Omaha.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Let's take it inside his own 40. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
You see it? Red,
Trubisky with the give to Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give to Howard. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They run with Howard. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This from 25 yards out. And Parkey's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 27. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Bortles. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Doug Marrone, with a play clock almost out, says, let's take a timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
On first down, Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Bortles will try again on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Being chased out left. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Eddie Goldman getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. On third and long, it's Bortles. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Fournette, a first down carry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Bortles throwing on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. When you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do?
And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Running with Howard, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Green 80. Green 80. Lucy.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Omaha. 372.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And he's got Moncrief. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Sunday. So right. Omaha.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Jaguars on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Bortles. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Lucy.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, spinning away. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Bortles now on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. Now he is all the way up past the 25.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Bortles now on 1st down. He goes underneath for Yeldon. T.J. Yeldon. Touchdown, Jaguars. T.J. Yeldon, 39 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. Cunningham now to return. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. This is Cohen. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seemed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down again. Yannick Ngakoue able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And
he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
11. Move.
Now Bortles. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Bortles to Cole for the Jacksonville first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without...
He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 50 yards. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you can count on one hand the number of completions you've had in a game and we're in the second half, that tells you it's really not been your day.
Yeah, but you're losing. You can't just abandon the passing game altogether.
Yeah, maybe you can get hot, string a few together, and get rolling.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Right. Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
73.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Calais Campbell in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 44. So after the INT, it's Bortles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
380.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. On 2nd down, Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malik Jackson in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky eluding the pressure right. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Lock in, lock in. Come on, gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Flushed out right. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A very solid gain of 27. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Move. 6 yards. Check 6 yards.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Green 80.
Again, it's Fournette. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and we have it in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.